fundamentally negative on the property sector. What kind of bubbles are we in? Is this a US-style bubble for property in China?
Well, I mean, it's a US-style bubble in that it's been created by vast amounts of cheap money, but it looks slightly different. So the US bubble was really driven by low-end mortgages being issued, whereas this bubble is really high-end speculation. So the debt dynamics are slightly different. So there's no real mortgage debt backing the Chinese property bubble.
Is this a bubble that is going to pop, or has the government already put a stop to it?
Well, I've never come across a government that's actually managed to deflate a bubble gradually. It's easier in a textbook than it is in reality. So what will likely happen is that confidence will suddenly go, and that, yes, the bubble will pop.
Is that what is going to happen next, or do you think it's unwinding already?
I mean, at the moment, the bubble is still very much inflated, and the government is now introducing various sort of restrictions to try and calm it down. We think that will have varying degrees of success, but we do think that the bubble will burst sometime in the second part of the year once they stop injecting ridiculous amounts of credit into the economy.
There are stock recommendations out there. A lot of people are still recommending firms like China Vanke and some of the big property developers. Is there some value in the sector still?
I mean, I would say there's absolutely no value in any of these stocks whatsoever. I mean, you're holding a tiger by the tail, isn't that the expression? It will eventually come back to bite you. I mean, the way these companies are running their balance sheets is reckless. The Chinese property companies have the best terms of trade in Asia, and yet they're the most highly leveraged in Asia. So when this bubble bursts, they'll all be negatively affected.
So you're saying this about every single property developers in China?
All the large major ones, yes. They'll all see their profits fall spectacularly. The state-backed ones will survive, and it's the highly leveraged private-owned property companies that will have the most difficult time.
If this is the tip of the iceberg with a bubble bursting in the property sector, then the effect on the rest of China's stocks or other Chinese companies could be huge.
True. Obviously, the effects, because property accounts for so much of the economy, it's way more than the US bubble did in 2000. The US was about 6% at the peak in 2005, 2006, so it's just way larger, this bubble. But yes, it'll have a huge impact on all parts of the economy as asset prices decline and people's savings get wiped out.